Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you something that's going to completely change how you find suppliers. Imagine discovering innovative vendors 3 to 6 months before your competitors even know they exist. I'm Vereen, and over the next 15 minutes, I will walk you through exactly how AI is transforming supplier discovery. Let's dive in. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most so-called AI supplier discovery tools don't discover anything new. They search your internal database, they analyze past contracts, they match company registries you already know. In other words, they look backward. Yes, they use knowledge graphs, they use keyword matching, yes, they analyze historical patterns, but they are working on static, outdated data. So what's the real outcome? You only see suppliers you already work with. That's not discovery, that's database search with better marketing. And in fast-moving industries, looking backward is the fastest way to fall behind. Here's the reality. Traditional supplier discovery is backward-looking. It only sees past suppliers. It means startups. It relies on static database. It detects no new market signals. And if your data is incomplete, your results are incomplete. That's why up to 70% of innovative suppliers never appear in your pipeline. And by the time they show up in contracts, you are already 3 to 6 months behind the market. In fast-moving sectors, that delay isn't small. It's a strategic risk. How do we find suppliers we have never worked with? Because today, innovation doesn't start in your ERP system, it starts in conversations. Engineers are discussing solutions in online forums, procurement professionals are sharing experience in linking groups, startups are showcasing new capabilities before they ever enter formal tenders. By the time something appears in your database, the market has already moved, and the companies that are paying attention to these signals, they are already engaging those suppliers. So the shift is simple. Instead of asking, who do we buy from? We should be asking, who is the market talking about right now? That is how strategic sourcing moves from reactive to proactive. Okay, so where does this intelligence actually come from? Not in historical spend data, not in your vendor master. It analyzes non-traditional intelligence sources such as engineering forums, professional groups, open source communities, and patent filings. These are places where innovations appears before formal contracts. The advantage isn't just data volume, it's continuous visibility. This shifts procurement from managing known suppliers to sensing the evolving market. That's the difference between operational sourcing and strategic sourcing. Now, let me show you how this actually works. There are 4 steps, and I'm going to walk you through each one with real examples. First, the AI listens. It captures those market conversations I mentioned. Second, it extracts the actual product and company names from all that messy, informal discussion text. Third, and this is where it gets really powerful, it connects the dots to find similar offerings you might have missed. And finally, it validates everything to make sure we are talking about real, legitimate companies. The result is you go from a vague sourcing need to a validated list of suppliers in days instead of months. Let me break down each step so you can see exactly what's happening under the hood. Step 1 is simple. Listen. Let's say you need eco-friendly ESG safe packaging for semiconductor manufacturing, a very specific requirement. Instead of starting with your ERP, AI scans relevant engineering forums and professional discussions. It finds real conversations. Engineers mention biodegradable ESD trays, others recommend mushroom-based packaging, and others highlight recyclable wafer carriers. These are real suppliers, discussed by practitioners, not marketing brochures. In minutes, AI surfaced 3 vendors that wasn't even in your system. That's the power of listening to where the industry actually talks. Step 2 is extract. Online discussions are informal, full of opinions, typos, and inconsistent naming. In this example, a single post mentions store pack, eco tray solutions, and chip carriers, all buried inside casual language. The AI's job is to identify what actually matters. It recognizes pack as a company, understand eco tray or eco tray solutions refer to the same supplier, and identify chip carriers as the product category. This isn't keyword matching, it's language analysis. The result is clean, structured supplier and product data pulled from messy conversations. That is what turns noise into usable sourcing intelligence. If you search using keywords like biodegradable packaging, you will miss suppliers describing themselves as compostable, plant-based, or recyclable. Keyword search limits you, semantic AI expands you. The AI understands meaning, not just wording. When we search for biodegradable ESD safe packaging, it identifies related solution clusters. Composable materials, recyclable plastics, plant-based alternatives, each rank by similarity. Suddenly, instead of 3 known suppliers, you are evaluating 15 qualified options. That is the power of semantic matching. More visibility, more competition, stronger sourcing leverage. Final step is validate. If the AI finds green packaging, it could refer to a real manufacturer or something irrelevant like a magazine or even a coffee brand. So, the AI checks context first. If the term appears near words like biodegradable or ESD safe, it understands we are talking about packaging, not something else. Next, it cross-checks trusted sources like Wikidata to confirm it's a real company. Then it validates. Does it have an official website? Is it in the right industry? Does its capabilities match our requirements? Only companies that pass this checklist make the final list. These steps protects you from false leads and ensures discovery becomes actionable sourcing intelligence. And the benefits are: first is speed. Supply discovery moves from weeks to days up to 85% faster. That directly improves RFQ responsiveness. Second, leverage. When you expand from a few known suppliers to a broader qualified pool, competition increase, driving potential 15 to 30% cost improvement. Third, competitive advantage. You identify emerging suppliers months before competitors, enabling earlier engagement and stronger positioning. And let me be clear, this is discovery AI. It expands your options. It does not replace procurement judgment. Instead of choosing from 3 familiar suppliers, you are choosing from a broader, validated market view. That is the strategic shift.
Now, let's talk about what this cannot do, because transparency here is important. This tool will not replace your due diligence process. You will still need compliance checks, quality audits, and reference calls. It won't guarantee supplier quality just because a company is popular on Reddit doesn't mean they will perform well for your specific needs. It works best in industries where people actually discuss suppliers online. If you are in a sector where everything happens behind closed doors, you will get limited results. And critically, this is not eliminating human judgment. The AI discovers options and ranks them. You still decide who makes the shortlist, who gets the RFQ, and who ultimately wins your business. Think of it as AI powered market research, not automated supplier selection. It's about giving you better information to make better decisions, not making those decisions for you. So here's your challenge for this week. Identify one sourcing category where you feel like you are always talking to the same 3 suppliers. Just one. Maybe it's packaging, maybe it's stationery, maybe it's cleaning chemicals. Next week, try one of these AI tools. Many have free trials and see what you discover. If you found this valuable, hit the like button and subscribe. Drop any questions in the comments. I'll respond to everyone. And if you want the actual research paper this is based on, I have put the link in the description below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you the next one.